Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great week. Today is Thursday, April 9th, and today we are going to work on counting with base 10 blocks. We are going to work on some sight words, and then we will review how to count on the clock, and then we'll finish up with reading a chapter from Junie B. Jones. So we're going to go ahead and start first with some sight words. So if you have not already, we are working on these sight words as well during our Zoom meetings. So if that is something that you are interested in, you can sign the permission form to join our live classes, and they have been so much fun. So again, I really encourage you to sign up for that if you have not done so already. So I'm just going to hold up the sight words, and then you can pause the video and then say what the sight word is, and then I'll go over it. So this one is were. This one's him. So we have were and him. This one is after. This one is made. So this one, if you know your silent E trick, you know that A now turns into a long A. So instead of being m-ad, now it's m-aid, because it has that magic E. M-aid. This one's play. And this one isn't really a sight word. This one's more a CVC word, but it's a word that if you know it super fast when you're reading, you don't have to sound it out. So it's big, big. This one's in, we, here. And this one is want. Into. So this one's like two sight words put together. So we have first the sight word, in, and then we have the sight word to. So into. And then this one is well. So when you see those two L's at the end, you don't have to say la. You can just say la once. So if you ever see two of the same letters, you just can say it once. So well. This one's a color sight word. Yellow. So same thing, you have the double L right there. You can just say L one time. Must. So this is another one where you can sound this one out. And this is another digraph sound. St, must. And then this last one is, see. S-E-E, see. So another great way that you can practice sight words is if you go onto Jack Hartman's YouTube channel. So Hartman is Hartmann, and he has some really great videos to practice sight words or to practice CVC words. So if you go to his YouTube page and you just search sight word song or CVC words, some videos will pop up, and those are some great videos to practice, and that's something that we also do at school as well. So now we are going to practice our base 10 blocks and how we do math with base 10. So in this box, I have some pictures of some base 10, and then we have some actual base 10 blocks. So let me just get my whiteboard here. So I'm going to just move this screen down so that you can see what I'm doing here. All right, so let's get this a little situated. Okay, so this represents 10. Move this. This represents 10. So that's because on each little stick like this, I have 10 little squares. So if I were to count these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this means 10. So when I see these sticks, I always count by tens. So I'm going to show you how we count by tens. So I'll say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So these help me to count by tens, okay? Now, I also have little tiny cubes, like here, and these help me to count by ones. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I count by ones with these. So if I were to take these, I could take 10 of these and just stack them on top of my base 10 to make 10. So 10 of these make one of these, okay? So we are going to practice making numbers with base 10 blocks in these little tiny cubes. Later, we'll work on these big ones, and these are 100. These are 10 of these. But for now, we're just going to work on tens and ones, but eventually we will get to working with hundreds. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to say a number, and then I want you to think about how many of these I would need to make my number. If you want, you could even draw the base 10 blocks on a piece of paper or on a whiteboard too. All right. So we are going to first make the number 22. So we're going to make the number 22. So I'll give you 1 second and you can pause the video to try to make the number 22. All right. So I'm going to first write how I would write 22. So 22, a 2, and a 2. Okay. So to make 22, I'm going to first count by tens. So I need 2 tens. That's what this means. I need 2 tens. So 20. So I know that when I count by tens, 10, 20. So if you remember that this is my tens place and this is my ones place. So I'll write that here. This means tens place and this is my ones place. And remember, these are called base 10 blocks. So these I always use for my tens place. So this is telling me that I need 2 tens to make the 20 part. How many ones do I need? That's right, I need 2 ones because it's telling me this is my ones place and I need 2 ones to make 22. So I have 1 and now I have 2. So now I have 22. So remember, the first number is always going to show my tens place, and my second number is going to show my ones place. And remember that these are called ones because we count by ones, and these are tens because we count by tens. So my tens and my ones. Okay, let's try a different one. So this time we're going to try a different number. We're going to try 37. So I'm going to write my number 37, and if you're following along at home, You can write 37 as well. And I'm going to split my 37 down in the middle. And which one is my tens? So if it's 37, that means I have to start with the 3. So I know 3 is my first number. So I'm going to put this one as being my tens. So that means my 7 is going to be in my ones. Okay, so I have my tens place, and now I have my ones place. My tens place and my ones place. So to get my tens, I'm going to need to count 3 of those base 10 blocks. So it's telling me 10, so I'm going to put 3 there. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. And remember that these I count by tens. So I have 10, 20, 30. So I'm at 30, but now I need 7. So I need 7 of my ones, 7. So I'm going to count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. So 37. So remember my tens place and my ones place. I'm always going to count by tens here. 10, 20, 30. So 30, and then I'm going to count by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I have 37. Good job. All right, let's try to do 2 more of these. All right, let's try this number. Let's try 45. So I have 45. So I'm going to split my number down the middle. Now remember, if it's 45, which one is my tens place? Yep, my 4 is going to be my tens place. So I'm going to say, okay, 4 is in my tens place, because tens come first. And then 5 is in my ones place. Okay? So I'm going to say, okay, 45. So when I'm in my tens place, I need to count by tens. That's right, I need to count by tens. So I'm going to go ahead and count by tens now. So I'm going to bring 4 of these because it tells me 4. 4. Okay, so now let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. That's right. So I have 40 here because I need 45. I need 45. So I counted by tens here. So now I'm going to count by ones. I'm going to count by ones. And how many ones do I need? I need 5 ones. Let's do 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I have 45 because I count by tens, remember? 10, 20, 30, 40. Now I count by ones. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, so remember my tens place always comes first and then my ones place. I always count by tens and then I count by ones. Okay, so I know this is a little bit tricky, but the more we practice it, the easier it will be for us, okay? So I know this is a little bit of a different way to look at this, but just try your very, very, very best, okay? All right, so let's do one more of these. All right, so this time we're going to do the numbers. number 38. 38. So what's the first thing I need to do? Yep, I'm going to split it down the middle so I can see both of my numbers. 38. 3, 8. 38. So which one's my tens place? That's right. 3 is my tens place because remember, I always start with tens and then I go to ones. So I'm going to say right here, this is my tens place. And this is my ones place. So tens and ones. Okay. So how many tens do I need? Yep, I need 3 tens. So 3 tens, and let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30. So I have 30, but now I need 38. If I just wanted 30, then I would have a 0 here, but I want 38. So how many ones do I need? That's right, I need 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I have 38. Okay, so let's count it one more time so we can see it. So we count by tens here, 10, 20, 30, and then we count by eights. We count by ones to get to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So that's how we do base 10 in counting. So we will make sure that we keep practicing this. And we're just going to focus right now on doing tens and ones so that we can work on deconstructing our numbers so that we can see that how we get 38 is by counting by these tens and then by counting by these ones. Okay? So I hope that that helps you, and we will be doing a lot more practice with this. All right, so now we're going to just work on doing a little bit of review with clocks, and we'll practice counting around the clock, and then we will finish with reading some Junie B. So I'll just erase this, move this aside. All right, so we are going to practice now with the clock. All right, so here's my clock. Okay, and my clock has 2 hands. Just like we have 2 hands, our clock has 2 hands. So I have a long minute hand, and I have a short hour hand. So when I write the time, my hour is always going to come first, and my minute is always going to come second. Okay? So today we're just going to practice counting around the clock, and next time we'll actually practice telling time. But it's just important for you to right now know that this one tells me minute, and this one tells me the hour. Okay? So which one is this one? Hour, and this one is minute. That's right. So let's practice counting around the clock by 5s first. So we start always right here at our 1. 5. Oops, might be easier if I do it this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Good, so we count by 5s around our clock. So I want you to practice counting by 5s at home and practice seeing if you can tell which is the hour hand and which is the hour hand and which one is the minute hand at your house if you have some clocks that look like this. And next time we'll get to practice telling time with it. All right, so we're going to just end the day with doing some reading of some Junie B. Jones. So we were on, I believe we were on chapter 3 or 4. So I'm going to go actually grab the Junie B. Jones book because it's not next to me. So I'll be right back. All right, so I think we were on chapter 4. So chapter 4 is Cockly Doodle Doo. All right. On Saturday, Mother came into my room. She said we were going shopping for clothes for the farm trip. I looked up from my coloring book. No, thank you, I said, on account of I am getting a fever that day, so I won't actually be going to the farm. Mother laughed. Don't be silly, she said. Then she picked me up and she carried me out to the car. Yeah, only here's the problem. You're not listening to my wishes, I said. Mother laughed some more. I promise this will be fun. I did a huffy breath. And guess what? I was right. Shopping was not fun at all because Mother kept on making me try all the clothes that I didn't want. First, she made me try on a shirt with checkery squares, and then she made me try on overalls with big giant pockets. Plus, she tied a bandana around my neck and she put a straw hat on my head. I looked in the mirror at myself. I look like a cornball, I said. Only too bad for me because Mother said I looked cute as a button, and she bought those clothes anyways. Here's a picture of Junie B so you can see her. No, she does not like that outfit. Plus, also she bought me a throwaway camera at the store. After we got home, I started to color again. Mother hanged up my new clothes. Do you want me to show you how to use the camera for your trip? She asked. No, thank you, I said, on account of I am getting a fever that day, so I won't actually be going to the farm. After that, Mother did a big sigh, and she closed my door, and she let me color in peace. I got tricked, because on the day of the trip, I told Mother I had a fever, but she did not take my word for it. Instead, she took my temperature. And so what kind of trust is that, I ask you? No fevers, she said. Then Mother dressed me in my farm clothes, and she drove me right to my school. We pulled into the parking lot. Oh no, oh no, oh no, because the bus was there for the field trip already. It was parked right at the curb. Believe me, Junie B, said Mother, you are going to have a great day. Then she got me out of the car and she pulled me to my teacher. Good morning, Junie B, said Mrs. Don't you look cute today? I felt my forehead. I'm ill, I said. Mrs. smiled. I love your straw hat. My head is a flaming fireball, I said. Mrs. bended down next to me. And that bandana is absolutely darling. I'm burning to a crinkle, I told her. Crisp, said my mother. Ugh, I said. After that, Mother lifted me onto the bus and she handed me my backpack with my lunch and my camera. She waved goodbye to me. I did not wave back because my hand did not feel very friendly. Just then, my bestest friend named Grace came running to get me. Junie B, Lucille and I saved you a seat. Then she grabbed my arm and she took me way in the back. I sat down next to Lucille. No, said that Grace, that's my seat, Junie B. She pulled me up. So where am I supposed to sit then, I asked. Lucille pointed right across the aisle. Right there, silly, she said. You're sitting right directly across from Grace and me, and so it's almost like we're sitting there. Except you will be separate. I sat down. But there's nobody to talk to over here, I told her. Just then, that meanie Jim jumped up from the seat behind me. Me, you can talk to me, he said, very laughing. Then he leaned into my ear and he hollered, cockle-doodly-doo. Uh-oh. Is Junie B having a good time on the bus so far? Yeah, maybe not. She might not be having the best time on that bus. Too bad you're afraid of roosters, he said. Roosters can tell if you're afraid. Junie B, ask anybody. No, they do not, Jim. I said back, you are just making that up probably. Jim raised up one eyebrow. He did a grin. Why do you think farmers wear hats? Jim leaned closer. To cover up nubs. That's why, he whispered, because the roosters peck them. He was just trying to scare me. After that, he lifted up my hat and he patted my head. and he cockle-doodly-dooed all over again. So is Jim being very nice to Junie B? No, he's trying to make her scared, right? So when they go to the farm, because he knows that she's already a little bit scared of roosters. So next time we will read E-I-E-I-O. Okay? So I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day. I will also, in addition to this video, I will attach a base 10 worksheet that you can practice at home. And it'll be a worksheet that, they can just practice counting and writing what number it's showing. And I hope that it helps as you continue doing kindergarten at home. If there's any questions that you may have or just any concerns, please let Anna know and she can pass the information on to me. So I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.